Welcome back to Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Tara, and each week I'll be sharing a different homemade ice cream recipe with you. This week I made this no-churn key lime pie ice cream. So I'm first going to make the lime curd. And for this recipe, I only juiced about 12 limes and I only took the zest from about 3 of them. And don't worry about getting the seeds in there because we're going to strain it later. Then I'm just adding that to a sauce pot over medium heat until that comes up to a simmer. In the meantime, I'm going to whisk together the eggs and the sugar until it's well combined. Once the juice is simmering, I'm going to whisk in the egg mixture a little bit at a time. And this is just going to bring up the temperature of the eggs slowly so they don't scramble when I add them back to the heat. Now I'm going to put this mixture back into the pot and I'm going to stir frequently over medium heat until the mixture thickens. Then I'll pour it through a strainer into a bowl that I have over an ice bath. But here is where I'll tell you to do as I say and not as I do, because I have this already sitting in an ice bath and my butter was not melting. So mix in all of your butter, your salt, vanilla, and your cream, and then put it over an ice bath. But if you happen to do what I did, you can just pop it in the microwave for a few seconds and let that butter melt and then put it back over an ice bath to cool down. Now I'll just set this aside and work on the graham cracker crumble. In a bowl, I'm going to mix together my graham cracker crumbs, the brown sugar, salt, and cinnamon. Next, I'm going to cut in the softened butter with a fork until I get a sandy texture. The mixture should be wet enough to hold its shape when it's pressed together, but still dry enough to break apart when crumbled. Next, I'll crumble the mixture onto a large sheet tray and I'll bake that for about 6 to 8 minutes. Now it will still look very soft when you pull it out of the oven, but once it cools down, it'll harden and become nice and crunchy. Now onto the no-churn base. In a large bowl with the heavy cream, I'm going to add the vanilla and the salt, and I'm going to beat that with an electric mixer until I reach stiff peaks. Then I'll add in a can of sweetened condensed milk, and I'll fold that in with a rubber spatula until it's fully combined. You shouldn't see any streaking throughout. Now that all of my components are ready, I can go ahead and assemble the ice cream. So I personally decided to add all of the lime curd into the base, but you have the option to swirl it in or layer it into the ice cream if you'd like. So once I have the lime curd fully mixed in, I'm going to take a freezer safe container and I'm just going to layer that base and the graham cracker crumble until I run out of the base. And with this recipe, I ended up with a little over 1.5 quarts of ice cream. And here's how it looked when I went to scoop it the next day. And now that summer is just a couple of weeks away, I can definitely see myself revisiting this flavor a few more times before the summer's up. As always, the ingredients list will be in the description below. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.